Who is the fastest YouTuber? Let's find out. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're going to be finding out who is the fastest YouTuber over 5 kilometers. Now this has taken quite a while to do the research and I'm going to quickly apologise if any of them are slightly wrong. It's actually really hard to find people's PBs, especially if they're not on the power of 10. So I've done my absolute best. So I've whittled it down to the top 20 with some honourable mentions who maybe didn't quite make the top 20. And these are the fastest running YouTubers. I haven't just gone and found like all the other YouTubers across the world because that would take absolutely forever. These are running YouTubers, people who would say that they contribute to the running world, shoes, training, anything to do with running basically. So yeah, sit back, relax, and let's find out who is the quickest runner over 5k on YouTube. So guys, you might be thinking, Cole, this is just a stunt. You're probably the quickest, that's why we've made this video. It's just so that you can say that you're on the top. And I'm actually nowhere near. And this is why I found it really interesting going through some of the YouTubers' PBs and just kind of ranking them in order. So guys, I'm going to mention some honourable mentions, people who didn't quite make the top 20. Then we're going to go through the 20th to 10th place pretty quickly, going through their PBs, and then we'll go into a little bit more detail from 10th onwards. So some honourable mentions, I have to say I don't watch all of these people's channels. I don't have the time to watch almost 30 of these channels. So with some honourable mentions, we've got Chris Ford, the 40 Runs channel, the gangster from London, Edward Budsky, I think that's how you pronounce his name, sorry if I've butchered that, but yeah, Ed Bud, the running shoe guru, Mary Bridges, one half of this Messy Happy's channel, Sarah Place, the other half of the Ben Parks channel, Michael Coe, you probably know him better as Coe Fusey, and Chris McCown from That Running Guy. So yeah, check out those guys' channels if you haven't already. And those guys, their times kind of range from 18:25 to 21:31. So that's the benchmark to get into the top 20 is 18:25. That's pretty rapid if you think about. We're just average guys. We're just average guys, you know. So guys, we're going to whittle down from 20th to 11th place and then we'll go through the top 10. So in 20th place we've got Stephen Cousins from the Film My Run channel. His PB is 18:16. Just 3 seconds quicker we've got Kate Carter from the running channel with 18:13. We're getting down to some pretty rapid times here. We've got Alex Felitti from the Meta Endurance channel. Yeah, pretty rapid there. He's in 18th place. James Dunn, one of the goats of running YouTube. If you haven't checked out his channel and you want to learn something new today, just head over there. You'll learn something. I guarantee you will not come away having learned nothing. And he's ran 17:55, so just dipping in the sub 18 there. Moving down to 16th, we've got the other half of this Messy Happy, so Ben Bridges, and he's ran 17:15, so a bit of a jump there, 40-second jump. Then we go to one of his probably best running YouTube friends, Andy Rayner, the Forest of Dean runner. And he's around 16:44, so pretty impressive there as well. Moving down to 14th place, our first sub 16 runner, we've got Philly Bowden. Keep an eye out for the podcast coming out at some point. I have recorded an episode with her. But yeah, a friend of the channel, sub 16 there, and I believe that is our fastest, yeah, that is our fastest female on the list. So the fastest female YouTuber goes to Philly Bowden. Congratulations, Philly. Moving down to 13, he hasn't got a channel himself, but he's part of the Run Testers. That's Nick Harris Fry. I've had the pleasure of meeting him a couple times in person, racing against him and losing against him, so yeah, always fun. And he's ran a time of 15:30, so not too shabby. We're getting down to some pretty rapid times here. In 12th place we've got Tim Gross, one of the if I'm going to say politely, one of the older gentlemen in the running YouTube scene, but he's around 15:26 if I've found that out correctly. If any of you YouTubers are watching back at home, feel free to let me down in the comments if I've got your PBs wrong, and I really apologise if I have. And then moving out, just missing out on the top 10, we've got Ben Parks himself, if not the GOAT of running YouTube, but 15:24 he's ran, according to Power 10 or Strava. So yeah, 15:24, not too shabby. I've had the pleasure of meeting Ben in person, and he even gave me one of his GoPros, so you know. Some of these guys, they're pretty close to my heart in terms of the running YouTube scene, and without a lot of them, I don't know if I'd still be doing it, to be completely honest. So anyway. Now we move on to the top 10. This is the proper nitty gritty. This is where it matters, this is where it counts. So all of these runners in the top 10 are sub 15. So, in 10th place, And probably the reason I got into running YouTube, and the person that's helped me most, is Ben Felton. Ben is running, you've seen him many times on this channel, he's around 14:57. I have no doubt he could run quicker than that now, but unfortunately I can only go off PBs, I can't go off people's predicted times, otherwise this would be crazy. So yeah, getting into the top 10, 10th place, Ben Felton, 14:57. Good job, mate. In 9th place, we've got a tie, both with 14:46. We've got Seth James Damore, one of the OG running YouTubers, if you like, and Matt Rees, the Welsh runner. So yeah, both really fantastic runners, 14:46. So yeah, just pipping Ben there by 11 seconds. But yeah, that is some rapid running there. Moving down to 8th place, we've got myself, 14:40. Yeah, so just pipping those guys by 6 seconds. But yeah, hopefully I can improve on that this year. But as I said, you can only go off PBs, can't be going off predicted times. Then we move down to 7th place, Matt Fox, the Sweat Elite founder. I have done an episode on the podcast. If you want to find out a little bit more about him, then head over to the podcast. But yeah, Matt Fox, that's some really good running, that is. 14:38 he's ran. So yeah, no doubt again, I reckon he could run quicker. But when you're doing these marathon blocks, the speed kind of goes from the legs a little bit, much better at the endurance, and the difference between, say, running 3-minute Ks and 2:55-minute Ks is a big jump. Moving down to 6th place, and I have to hold my hands up and say that I haven't actually watched many of his videos. It's the athlete special, Spencer Brown. I've heard really good things, but he has ran 14:36, so just beat Matt Fox by 2 seconds. I believe he has run quicker than that, but I couldn't find any kind of log of his time, so I had to go off of what Strava reckons his quickest ever 5k that he's done is, which was 14:36. So yeah, not much I can do about that, I'm afraid. He may have ran quicker. He's a pretty rapid guy. I'm pretty sure he's just scraped like a 4:01 mile or something like that. So guys, we're into the crunch time, the crunch zone, if you like. Top 5. In 5th place, he's crazy, he's an all-round nice guy, and you've definitely heard of him before, is Nick Bester, the founder of Best Athletics. He has ran 14:34. That is pretty darn rapid, just pipping Spencer Brown by 2 seconds to get 5th place. So yeah, if you haven't, one of my favourite ever series to watch, if you haven't seen it, is Nick Bester's Sub 220 marathon series. I think it's about 7 or 8 episodes, and I just absolutely loved every single episode from start to finish. They're really kind of, and he won't mind me saying this, they're really amateur, they're really rustic filming, but I just love that. I don't like all of this fancy filming for, all the time, so it's nice to see some kind of rustic filming. Sorry if I keep looking at my laptop, it's really tricky to remember all these times off the top of my head. So yeah, Nick Bester, 5th place, 14:34. In 4th place, we've got a guy that you may not have heard of before. I happen to follow him on Instagram, but he's got one of the biggest running YouTube channels out there. It is Sage Canaday, who is the founder of the VO2 Max Productions channel. You've definitely watched some of the videos before, things about like world records, running times, elite running, that sort of thing. Yeah, so 100% you've definitely seen some of their videos before, but he has run 14:29, so just dipping under 14:30. I'm not 100% sure if he's in that sort of shape now, but he's run it at some point over the past however long he's been running. So 14:29 gets you 4th place, which means that we are now into the top 3. So guys, just before we move into the top 3, I've got a little spanner to throw into the works. I've got 2 runners here who do technically have YouTube channels. One produces more videos than the other, and this other guy has only just started his YouTube channel. When I say their names, you'll know exactly who they are. But I haven't included them in this list because I don't think they've produced enough content or enough content recently to consider them kind of active YouTube YouTubers, running YouTubers, if you like. So that is Jake Smith and Jake Whiteman. Jake Whiteman's 5k PB is maybe not as quick as you think. He's ran 14:19. You'd probably expect it to be a little bit quicker than that. But obviously he just hasn't logged a 5k recently, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, 14:19 doesn't quite make the top 3, but I haven't included him anyway. And Jake Smith, who would actually take top spot with 13:38, but unfortunately, as I just said, hasn't produced any content for about 6 months now, so I haven't included him in this list. I also think maybe these pro athletes, maybe it's a little bit unfair to include them. But yeah, 13:38, that is just absolutely rapid. That's bonkers. A minute and 2 seconds ahead of me, so over 5k, that's pretty crazy. Moving into the top 3, receiving the bronze medal is Alfie Manthorpe, who is the owner of the Trackstar YouTube channel, producing content about things like world records, shoe reviews, elite running, Kipchoge, all of that sort of stuff. I have to say I haven't watched too many of their videos before, or his videos before, but yeah, 14:04, you're moving pretty rapid there. That's a very decent time. So in second place, it is the Fog Dog, it's Adam Fogg. 13:58 he has ran for 5k, which is pretty impressive. I'm pretty sure he did that at a podium 5k over here in the UK. So yeah, silver medal to you, Adam Fogg. He's always been giving me advice on running and YouTube and stuff, so much appreciated, and he does snag the silver medal there. And that means, you may have been able to guess it, but I think it's pretty obscure, maybe that's just my opinion, but the winner of the fastest YouTuber 5k with a time of 13:50 is Stephen Scullion. Now he's only kind of come onto the YouTube scene fairly recently, especially the kind of the content creation side. His Instagram's pretty mad, and he's done some kind of running workshop stuff online. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but yeah, 13:50, that is pretty rapid. And in my opinion, he's produced enough videos and creates enough content to be classed as a running YouTuber. So he takes the gold medal. Unfortunately, I tried to get him on the podcast. He hasn't replied yet. He may reply at some point. But yeah, well done, Stephen. You have snagged the gold medal. And yeah, this was just a bit of fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Stephen Scullion is the winner. Thank you to all the honourable mentions in there. I didn't really ask for anyone's opinion or consent to include them in this video. I've just kind of done it, so apologies if you didn't want to be included. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Please like, subscribe, share with your running buddies. And yeah, if it's easy, then what's the point? Well done, Stephen. I'll catch you in the next one.